Hello, my name is Liana James, and I am here with your Friday Dose of Color. Today, I have the pleasure of speaking with Peter Musimami from Gumbo Health to discuss how cultural competence can empower code that builds community. Peter, welcome. How are you?
I'm good, Liana. Thanks for having me.
I'm excited to have you. You know, Color Group, we emphasize quite a bit that cultural competence is more than a checkbox. It really is a strategic advantage. And as you built Gumbo Health, how are you ensuring that AI and other tools don't just translate language, but actually adopts the cultural vibe that really reflects the behavioral nuances of the different communities that you serve?
Yeah, that's great. So that question gets to the heart of everything we're building at Gumbo. Now, traditional healthcare communication often defaults to literal translations, especially for non-English speaking patients, and fails even low literacy patients by giving them content written at a 10th grade reading level. We periodically cross-check any content with health workers from the communities we empower. This ensures relevant and cultural context, which is critical to build trust, which is the real vibe that we're driving and hope to change. Now, on measurement, we track the engagement specifically with our culturally adapted content. Our inclusive content has a concept of metadata tagging, which is applied to each culturally informed adaptation. When a patient interacts with that content, we're able to link engagement to specific adaptation tagging, and ultimately produce evidence that specific cultural adaptations drove measurable engagement and downstream health behavioral change. The ultimate test for our system is whether it can successfully communicate and increase understanding for the least technically comfortable patients.
That's powerful, because when people aren't able to understand what their doctors are asking, they don't even know how to respond in a way that's going to benefit their overall health. That's incredible. I love that this gives a voice to people who are often overlooked. And considering that most content on the internet is written at a 5th grade reading level, the fact that doctors are communicating at a 10th grade reading level is insane. That really puts a lot of people at a disadvantage. Well, let's talk a little bit about bringing a health tech product to market. I mean, it requires more than just people coding. It actually requires people that understand these cultural nuances. From your perspective, how is having a diversity of skills, from clinical experience to the kind of cultural storytelling that we do at our agency, Color Group, how does that prevent blind spots that are usually created and revealed through the use of AI?
Really great question. Now, a dangerous thing in health tech is a room full of people who think they already know what our patients need and why they have barriers to care. I've had the opportunity to listen to healthcare professionals, patients, and technologists, especially those who don't come with a cultural lens, and the gaps are vast. The blind spot we caught early at Gumbo was really around health literacy. Traditional health systems produce patient education materials that assume baseline literacy, assume English, and assume that a patient has a preference for processed written text information. These assumptions, more often than not, don't hold for low literacy, for agricultural workers, for some immigrant communities, and further identifying these individuals as non-compliant. We need professionals that don't just have a diversity of professional experiences, have a diversity of interaction backgrounds. And having our work informed by a diverse group of professionals with skill sets that are really become culture advocates. And what this has allowed us to do, for example, is to build our patient engagement platform around format flexibility from day one. What this means is it's not just language translation, but modality translation. The same care instructions delivered as text message could be delivered as voice recording in plain language or as a short video. And because patients with low literacy might not understand information the same when they hear it versus when they read it, it really becomes a game changer. And so that's how we really intentionally having a diverse set of professionals inform building.
I love that. I love that because, you know, a lot of times there are assumptions about underserved populations, and the assumptions aren't always coupled with the knowledge about that particular community. So we know that in many communities there is a trust deficit where people, they don't trust doctors because the doctors may speak in a way where they don't understand. They may have different practices that very differently from the community that they were raised in or their cultural background. And so it's really, really important that when we're even communicating about the product, that we're communicating in a way that connects people to the product. At Color Group, we do a lot of message mapping activities that really help founders to narrow in the message that they're really trying to share with their target audience. And I know that at Gumbo Health, you guys have a deep heart for making sure that everybody has access to the healthcare they deserve, that they're actually able to understand what the doctors are saying and how they can best advocate for themselves. Well, Peter, this has been absolutely incredible. I'm so excited that I got the chance to talk to you about this. I'm very excited to see this on the market. I really hope that more health professionals start utilizing this app, because as you are able to better communicate with patients, you're able to better provide care. And we are all about the importance of cultural competency and cultural connection here at Color Group. And so it's a pleasure to be able to connect with you, to get a glimpse into the culture of health tech, and to be able to partner with you in amplifying your vision and your message to the world.
Yeah, it's been great. And thanks for Color Group having me on. And congratulations on all the features you're doing. And we really appreciate and feel this is a need in the communication space.
Thank you.